back to domination, they also mentioned that, like I said, you're gonna go through the regular teams and then you go to fantasy mode, which just kind of blew my mind because they were like they're gonna have the 2018 All NBA team. So you're not gonna do historic, but you'll play against the 2018 team, 2004 draft class, ABA greats. So it seemed like they're really trying to make the game fun again.
Yes! Yes!
All-time domination, obviously you play against all-time greats from each team. And if you get through that, you get pink diamond. That's why I'm like, okay, they really listen to the community, put some effort into this. Hopefully the game plays good, which it should. They use the gameplay on 2K is usually pretty good. I mean, every now and then there's some glitches. Most of the time they fix it. Sometimes they don't. I know, blow by.
Bruh.
But I'm giving them credit so far because it seems really good. Like I said, the reward tokens seem very like something that the community's been asking for a while, where you're gonna be able to, you know, lock in sets with these tokens, buy cards, do a lot of different things in Galaxy Opal markets. So they're gonna have different tiers, which is another good thing. Also, they have something called Heat Check. So you get a heat, you can buy, they're gonna have packs called Heat Check. And what it is, so let's say you get a Heat Check Giannis. And they gave you an example on the screen where it's a 90 overall Giannis and it says Heat Check. If he has a hot game, your Heat Check card will move up. In this example, it went to a 93. That's bananas. Like, cause there's a lot of players. Like, you remember, I don't know if it was probably 2K17, Anthony Davis had got off to a ridiculous start. I mean, I think he had high 40s in like 4 or 5 games early, finished off with like a 50-point game. So if you had that Heat Check card, you probably had one of the hottest cards available in the game at the time. So I didn't understand, like, and they didn't want to keep giving him moments because it only went to diamond at the time. They weren't doing pink diamond. So I was like, they weren't giving him moments for those games. So I think this is a way where they don't have to give you a new card, but if you have that Heat Check card, you know, the rating will go up on the card. So I like that. It says it's gonna activate for a period of 48 hours. So it says when the card is activated, the player rating will experience a jump for the entire 48-hour window that the card is said to be hot for. So it's cool. It don't last forever, but like he get a 48. So like for Davis in that example, if he went, let's say he had 4 games out of 7 or 8, so you would get almost a whole week where that card was hot. But I love that. They're also gonna have a 20 anniversary collection. I think they said it's gonna be every cover athlete. You collect all 18 of them, and you'll get a Galaxy Opal card. They can't be obtained any other way. So the throwbacks, they're redoing that. This seems like it's gonna be another cool mode. Throwback mode, I guess they're gonna release 2 teams every 2 weeks like they did last year. That, I wasn't excited when I read that, but then they said they're going to remove those cards and put new ones in. They're gonna have 2 teams. So and then after the 2 weeks, you'll have 2 more teams, but they won't keep the previous 2 teams in, which is good. That means you're not continually getting the same cards, and there'll be an amethyst. One of them is a Baron Davis available when the throwback cards first sets come out, so it'll be pretty cool. Also added back the collections. You know, we had to collect all the cards and get rewards, so that'll be cool. I mean, it's a lot of information. I try to touch on most of it. I don't want this video to be crazy long, but I'll leave a link to the blog in the description so you can check it out for yourself if you haven't. It's a lot of information in there. Like I said, the game seems like it's going to be really good this year, and I'm hoping that these changes improve the game, because I think the funness of 2K they've gotten away from that. So hopefully they get back to that, which would be good. Now, 3 things that they didn't mention that I hope they talk about at some point is the stuff that people didn't like about the online mode. Me personally, which is why I didn't play it as much this year, and that's the cheesers. That's what we call them, the cheesers. They really don't know how to play the game, so they just come out, they run 5 out, off ball. You know, they're putting Giannis at center, so they made it to where you couldn't play a regular point guard. It was hard to play Damian Lillard, who's a really good point guard. You can't play Steph Curry, who's a knockdown shooter, a really good player, because of their size. You know, if you got Paul George, Giannis, Ben Simmons, LeBron, you can't match those point guards up against them. So, the 3 things I would want them to fix or address is, 1 is 5 out. I think it's a real simple fix. They don't have to take it out the game. They can keep it in, but the defensive AI has to improve dramatically, because the 5 out is run in the NBA. It don't look like it do on 2K. You can't just keep coming down scoring at will. Why? Because the defense is smart enough to shade over, so they help. The other thing they got to take away, everybody can't shoot threes. So if you're playing 5 out and you have a Patrick Ewing or, you know, a David Robinson in that corner, and the guy drives, you can help off of him a little because you're not worried about him shooting. That's smart AI. You can't do that if everybody's 3 ball is 85 and up. They got to take that out. Put it back to realistic stats. If that guy's never shot threes in his career, don't have him shooting threes in the game. I think that's a big thing. Number 2, the off ball. For me personally, it doesn't bother me. I love it when people play off ball, because I know where you at. Most people, the reason they play off ball, because they don't know how to play D. So for me, I see where they're at. Once I realize he's playing with the center, which most people do, I can pick them apart. Move the ball, I pick them apart, no problem. So, but I know people don't like that, so I don't know how they can really fix off ball or take it out of the game. I mean, what are you gonna do? Lock it to where you have to stay on the There ain't really no way to take that out. The other thing I think is the positions. Like I said, you know, you have people playing mostly small forwards at point, some 2 guards. I know there was a lot of Oladipo and players like that, but mostly it was the small forwards. Here's how you fix that. Everybody has a primary position and a secondary position. So for Kawhi, his primary is going to be small forward. He probably really won't have a secondary because he don't play power forward. He don't play 2 guard. Play power forward because a lot of teams go small. Okay. Same thing with Giannis, small forward, power forward. Ben Simmons, I believe he is a point guard, so that would be one of his primary positions. Maybe his secondary one would be small forward, where you may come into an issue because you do have, like I said, some players like Penny Hardaway, Magic Johnson, who are taller point guards, but that's their position. That's fine. You have to deal with that. LeBron is probably the one, well, him and Magic, because they can play every position. So how do you do that? Like I said, you give them a primary and a secondary. Now for LeBron, his primary, small forward. His secondary could be point guard, which would make him the most coveted player in the game because people could put him at point. Here's how you do away with that. Don't make it point guard. Let people get mad, whatever. Don't make him a point guard. Primary position, small forward. His secondary position, power forward. It's that simple. They can cry, yell at Ronnie all they want. The game will be fun again because you will actually have to play. Then people that like Curry, that like Lillard, they can play with them. They don't got to try to hide them at the 2 guard or small forward because you coming up the court with Kobe Bryant or LeBron at point. That'll take care of that. The blow-by has to be done away with. To the extent where it was used last year, that's not realistic. There are blow-bys in the game, not to that rate. So that's why I said you got to turn that down. I thought they did a little bit, but it was still pretty bad. So those, if they could address those things, I think it'll be good. You know, I'm gonna try to, once I edit the video, I'm gonna send it to Ronnie and Mike Wang and, you know, some of the other 2K guys, the devs, and see. I don't know what they could change or what they have already done as far as the things I'm talking about with the 5 out, the off ball, and the positions, but they didn't mention that in the blog. So like I said, maybe there'll be some more information coming out, but just a little video. I'm super excited. I can't wait to the game comes out, because I will be streaming. I'll be playing 2K for some hours when it comes out. But thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell so you know when I upload. On this gaming channel, I try to upload, you know, every few days. I'm on PlayStation every day almost, but I try to upload or stream every day or so. So we'll see how it goes. But once again, thanks for tuning in, and see y'all soon.